if you don't warn the people of what's to come, which the biggest thing is that sea hip written of in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 16th and 17th verse, then what? Then you're being a deceiver. All right. It's also called problem, reaction, solution. It's a framework for guiding thoughts and actions into conflicts that lead to synthetic solutions, which can only be introduced once those being manipulated take a side that will advance the predetermined agenda. So that's pretty cool, man. Like the predetermined agenda, the agenda of this place is the NWO. Let's continue on.
But they're doing that to push the next thing, the NWO,
There we go.
their digital system, right? And it's going to be AI based. And AI is basically the current that tracks the spirit. See, what they ultimately want to do is they want to control consciousness, man. See, everything has like, if you go to a campus, a college campus, or just any group of people, the whole place has what they call a collective consciousness. Well, see, the whole earth has a collective consciousness, and this is what this devil wants to do, man. This is why he wants to heap all people to himself, man. This is like the Tower of Babel. The whole earth has a collective consciousness. So ultimately, if you can digitize the whole earth and then put AI in place, the algorithm, you can harness the consciousness of the earth.
So let's go ahead real quick and grab that definition for collective consciousness, because I think that's a real good thing to get into at this point, because that's ultimately what he wants to do. He wants to harness the mind of the world. There's a what mine is la'ab, right? And in the scriptures, mind can also be your heart. This devil wants the heart of the world, man. So this is the definition for collective conscious. Collective conscience refers to the set of shared beliefs, ideas, and moral attitudes that unify individuals within a society. It acts as a social force that helps maintain social order and cohesion among members of a community. So that brings to mind the scripture, what is it? He heapeth all nations to himself. Let me see. See if I can find it real quick. Habakkuk 2 and verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, and wine is philosophies. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. He's wandering all over the place, man. He's all in everybody's business. He's got bases and military bases all in everybody's backyard. I'm talking about other nations. All right. He said, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. Right? He's spreading chaos and hell, and his wine, his philosophies all over the place. You could be a mole, you could be a murderer, adultery's cool. It says, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Right? So this is what this devil, Esau, Edom, so-called white man, wants to do. He wants to gather the minds of the people, man. Really, it's by way of this digital system. Eventually, he's funneling everybody into this digital age. But if you want to participate in what you think is reality, then ultimately you're going to have to get that C-hip, and you're going to have to be down with his NWO. All right, let's continue on.
That basically makes you God. This is what this devil wants. He has a God complex. We always say it. sit in the seat of God, thinking that he is God.
Right.
And this is just an example of one of the things, the global warming. He did the same shit with that. Did the same thing with bullying. Does the same thing with prejudice and all this stuff. He puts it on the table, and he quote unquote solves it. By way of some kind of digital or some kind of means that pushes the next thing. Which again, we know that his next thing is this NWO, man, this New World Order, which he ultimately wants to seal with a chip, with a RFID micro chip. Okay, that he wants to put inside everybody. It's a digital tracking device.
Right. And if I could just say real quick, it's just all about gradualism, man. He's just gradually leading the flock to the slaughter. You know, he's got various little things that's, he's closing off certain little avenues. There used to be, wiggle room for the people. He's closing off these programs, these government programs. Just heard today that this guy Trump, heard it from the elder, what he went into the word feudalism. Let me see if I grab that real quick. Feudalism, right? Which it all goes back. It all makes sense because Trump trying to make America great again. Feudalism, all right? It says a political and economic system of Europe from the 9th to about the 15th century, uh, based on the holding of all land in fief or fee, and the resulting relation of lord to vassal, and characterized by homage, legal and military service of tenants, and forfeiture. Right. So basically, us, he's cutting, trimming the fat, and turning everybody into tenants and basically, serfs, slaves. All right, and this is the cruel Lord Trump, King of Babylon. All right, let's continue.
Just like your phone, but it's just miniaturized and put into your body. And right now, he's got all the people in basically in a line of consciousness. Not all the people, but most of the world walking in that direction of digitization. Yeah, we're ready to be upgraded, and so through these jabs, through these medical advancements, and then ultimately with these biometrics. Ultimately through this through the defilement of the environment, defile the environment, the genetic modification of the food, the poisoning of the air, water, and soil, especially in these cities, which house most of the people, most of the population of the earth. He starts there. You can't touch everybody in the earth, but you can touch where the majority of the people are. And then from there, you can work your way out. That's where martial law comes in, but then martial law comes into the cities as well. But anyway, that's another subject. But yeah, he order out of chaos, man. Oh, we have the solution to the greenhouse effect. We have the solution to the warming of the earth and the pollution in the waters. And well, nigga, you did this shit in the first fucking place. And he's doing all that because he knew that he had but a short time. What? To push that NWO, man. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And he has a God complex and he wants to rule the people completely. Scriptures speak about souls of men, man. All right. So yeah, this is just another step. Trying to work on the emotions of the people. Oh damn. Oh, the poor little rats and the guinea pigs and the monkeys and yeah, it is. It's fucked up. It is fucked up. But that never stopped you before. You never said, well, we need to stop. Why? Because you want to continue to push your poison on people. The so-called medicine, man. It's not medicine. It's witchcraft. This so-called medicine goes back to pharmakia, which goes to the word pharmakia, which is witchcraft. It's the same thing as when you saw the old movies where you have the witches in the witch cauldron. She take the eye of a newt and the bat wings and put it off in the cauldron. They do the same shit. It's just in a laboratory. It's just in a laboratory now. Just in a scientific lab. Science. That's how they push it, man. Oh, technology and science. really it's just it's witchcraft, man. And it's not the science. It's science so called. It doesn't heal the people. It kills the people. All right. Because first of all, it comes out of the mind of a diabolical, um, bloody and deceitful man. That man is Esau Edom, so-called white man, starting with his elite bankers. You know.
Yeah, and just to get back to you know the subject at hand, as far as this AI taking over, um, man, it's going to take over everything. It's going to, what they say, you shall own nothing and be happy. You're just basically just going to, this devil just, he's just going to just use you as um, a conduit for his digital realm. Going to, you know, he's doing it already. He's prepping people with all these jabs, and dumbing the people down, making them sick, making them stupid, poisoning them. You know. But anyway, I think the point is made. This devil is not to be trusted, as the scriptures say, man. Never trust thy enemy, man. But his kingdom is coming down, and Lord willing, we get to see the end of our enemies, man. Starting with Esau, Edom, and the so-called white man. Lord willing, I was edifying. I want to give all glory, honor, and praise again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Chakodash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, teach them well, and shalom to the elect. Shalom.